Hello, my name is Tuba, and today I am going to talk about case studies. It's a reflection of case studies, and here we go. So, the first thing is, what is a case study and what can be learned from a case study? So, case study is an important way, an amazing way to teach any student, kids, love students, medical students, on and from an example. It's a better way because case studies gives you the opportunity to learn from an example. And case study asks you, what would you do in that situation? Case study wants you to create some solutions, and that's why you get better at problem solving, decision making, and all that kind of stuff. So the first case study was about a Chinese medium primary school in Hong Kong that the science students were extremely successful in everything, English, etc. But the art students were not motivated in science and were not really good in English. And the school want the parents to buy a reader, and the reader was at the same level for every student. Maybe it was okay for the science students that were good at English, but it wasn't good for the art students because they were lower in English. The problem was they were not able to talk to parents to buy a new book or etc. We actually came up with a solution to stream the classes with good students, bad students, and we came up with another idea that the teacher to use some PDFs and other readers, then giving the already bought books at the end of the semester. Well, school administration wasn't able to do anything because the school reputation was extremely important for them. We actually found out that we were having a meeting with the teachers, with my friends, with my group, doing the case studies, and we found out that let's stream the classes, pay more attention to these children which were not good at English as the science students, and let's find some online sources. And the case study 2. So the case study 2 was about a Spanish school and a teacher who didn't know any Spanish, a little Spanish, and had a lot of children to deal with because the teacher wasn't back from the holiday, and this teacher couldn't get any help from the school administration because the school administration said that if you have problems with the students, we will fire you. And this person didn't have any support, couldn't talk to any of the other teachers which were extremely untrained either. And so as a solution, I came up with making the students go out and run, jump, play games because they were always fighting. Saying no to them actually is not a good idea because these students are kind of hyperactive, and we have to put their energy to somewhere else to not make them fight or anything. So in the 3-hour siesta, they can jump and walk, and then so they can stress out, they can do whatever they want, so they will be tired and nice when the lesson starts. Here is the third one. So in case study 3, it was actually not really hard to do any of these things because they had poor study skills, difficulty completing university, and they were not really good at working, they had stagnant TOEFL scores, and they were acting so immature. We actually had 6 steps, 6 stages to find a solution, create a solution to that case study. Well, the first thing we did was actually streaming them, putting them in other classes, because they were not really good with the others because they were from another country, providing guidelines, exploration, giving them learning activities they prefer. It was the most important kind of thing. Another general things are they accept their own responsibility at the end of this case study. Well, the last and the third one, we did something like this in class, and I think it was very informative for making these videos. In this fourth case study, it's instructor-student interaction, friend, teacher, or student. There was a teacher getting harassed by this student, which were actually emotionally and maybe sexually interested in the teacher. First, actually, we talked about high school and middle school and university, about our interactions with the teachers, if it was intimate or not. So the main explanation of this case study, you have to tell how you perceive things on your side. And in this case, you cannot even be friends with a student. We are here, techniques. And so the first one was better at understanding the case study and summarizing and paraphrasing. And in the second case study, we were a group and we made mind mapping. We used the techniques of mind mapping, summing up and finding the keywords and the main ideas, and that way we found a solution in the second one. And in the third one, we had a paper like this, and the paper, some tables and some stages, so stages helped us finding the way to the solution. And in the last one, we made role-playing, which we were the teacher and the administration and the boss, and I was actually the boss. And my feelings and observation and experiences as a learner and student in ELT 146. I'm very happy of taking this class. I wish this class would be a 4-year class. By my observations, that I actually feel kind of better at problem solving. The case studies were really good for me to understand the situation from another aspects, not only from my point of view, from the administration's point of view, from the parents' point of view, from the students and the teachers' point of view. And I think it's a really good way to study and learn, because it's an effective way, and I believe that it is an effective way to teach and learn.